Breakfast good day.
Every day.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Breakfast good day.
Every day. Every day.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello?
Oh, Sisiana sound.
Okay, wait a minute. Why? My wife comes and send a message you. Your office is going to hello? I didn't know. What's happened?
It's a child who's will be a quiet say what? I dare say,
Miss Side for a friend. I'm so near you. My wife not testing messages here. And our office also. I'm still like Diana. She says, I
mean, so we a guy manu, and may young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
what's it name? Family Dwelling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Naso, ye be, Frey 0240 333 111 and that's 0244 144 822.
Miampa and you want to do me fee. Me want to will be here. Family dwelling now. Family dwelling.
What fashion yala say?
Me out with that.
Has varieties of herbal products for your dreadlocks and natural hair.
I am Mikesh Crown Salon. Now, keeping natural hair with dreadlocks, no idea when you make a boma, me know. Now, you who know and I say maintenance and a lack of knowledge, you know, and I'm the hair me taika, a brofo, and a obruni, allo a blowfui to pollute our natural hair with the harsh, dangerous chemicals. In some way, I am known you starting training, teaching, preaching the gospel according to maintaining natural hair with this lovely natural organic products. Now, say no you be school now, zebra, na be share unsano ejuma for you to be one of the best locticians in the whole wide world. It's an ejuma way, it's an ejuma osia odi kobe bia. It's an say to be a loctician, no, is a job the world need you today. Na natural hair ya de bia say no e papa na manfuaji atumpa. No stigmatization, no bad names for dreadlocks and natural hair. Entino me boko say brana besua sa nimdie we efa dreadlocks, sisters locks, Nubian locks, Afro locks, cultivated locks, organic locks, micro locks, Caucasian locks, twist locks, real lock, hand twist, comb twist, flat twist. Sa normal way nyina no brana besua usua wie na yehwe modern boa etimi eju esan say Mikesh Training Academy no your branches bebre wo Ghana ha etimi employ and I say etimi esu employ outside the country.
If you want to learn all the techniques in natural hair and dreadlocks, please pick up a form in any of our branches. Also, for bulk purchases of our natural herbal products, please call 0542 126072 or 0277 454287.
Mikesh is the king of dreadlocks.
You don't know Stonewall representing me as a dreadlock to the world. BOT. Your natural hair is the crown of your glory. Mikesh!
Where you pay? And welcome to Pan-African News right here on Pan-African Television with me, David Otokuno Attoh. Let's do our headlines for this afternoon's bulletin. 4 teacher unions demand immediate closure of secondary schools across the country due to the spike in COVID-19 cases. Also coming up this afternoon, the minority challenges government over moves to reduce channels of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. We also have business, international and sports all mapped up in this afternoon's bulletin. Details of these stories coming up shortly. Please stay. Welcome back. Pan-African News is live on Facebook, also on YouTube at Pan-African Television. You can also reach out for me at Attoh's Watch on Facebook with the comments, suggestions on the stories we're bringing you this afternoon. Let's do our first story, and it's all related to COVID-19. Currently, our confirmed cases here in Ghana stands at over 23,000 plus confirmed cases with 139 deaths. And from today, or during the past week, parents and other civil society organizations have been calling on government to pay attention and close down the various secondary schools across the country. Government had not listened to this, and we have a report that 4 teacher unions have called on government to immediately shut down the various senior high schools across the country. The unions, namely the National Association of Graduate Teachers, that's NAGRAT, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NATS, the Coalition of Concerned Teachers, Ghana, CCT, and the Teachers and Educational Workers Union, that's TEWU, in a joint statement have together demanded government to immediately order the closure of schools to avert any unforeseen circumstances. Now, let's start off with this. We bring your mind back to an earlier on press conference on Tuesday when the Ghana Education Service, the Director General of that service, Professor Amankwa, went on to say that they had no intention to shut down the schools across the country amidst the spread of COVID-19 cases across the country.
Closure of schools, from the health point of view, we believe that it is not the best option. Our best option is to keep them if there is any issue, because if you decide to let them go into the bigger society, then we are going to rather close down the entire country. If you have 1,000 students going different ways into different houses, different homes, and let's say they are infected, we can't be sure of what will happen to the larger community. Equally so, we are talking about 550,000 students. That is the GO students plus those who are going to write the exam, the final year students. And if you decide to let them all go, I think we will be causing a big disaster to ourselves. Now, for those who are confirmed cases and they are in isolation, from what we have been told, they are not showing any illness. So they are, what's the word, asymptomatic. Yeah. So they are able to go about their studies.
That was Professor Akwesi Amankwa, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, speaking to the issues, denying or, refuting claims by some civil society organizations, parents and guardians of wards who are happy to find themselves in the various schools across the country. Just speaking to the issues, denying the fact that they would close down the schools across the country. Now, the 4 teacher unions, namely TEWU, the NAGRAT, NAT, and Coalition of Concerned Teachers have together, in a joint statement, demanded the closure of the schools. And I have the joint statement here. I'll just quickly read through a bit before we go over the phone lines to speak to those involved in the statement. Now, it says that once again, we would like to let the Ghanaian public know our views on the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic as it's happening in our pre-tertiary education institutions following the recall of the final year students to prepare and sit for their final WASI BEC examinations, as well as the gold track batch of the SHS to finish their semester. We wish to state clearly that when His Excellency the President of the Republic decided to close the universities, SHS, and the basic schools, both public and private, as one of the measures to curb the spread of the virus, we endorsed the move. However, when he announced that the final year students of all the institutions were to reopen to enable the students to go prepare for their examinations within the framework of some prescribed protocols, we are not only felt distraught, but anxious, jittery, and worried because we were not sure the arrangements could work. Our children, what as well as ourselves, had Armageddon hanging over the heads. So those are strong, statements coming out from the teacher unions. The reopening came off and we became a bit relieved following assurances from the Director General of the Ghana Education Service in the paper titled Guidelines for Schools, from Schools Closures to a Resilient Educational System. The statement goes on to say, eventually, it ends by, issuing out these strong words to government. In the light of the above, we, the pre-tertiary teacher unions, NAT, NAGRAT, TEU, CCT, Ghana, have no option than to ask that the schools be closed down. For how long can we stand and look while our children are consigned to imminent death? We cannot stand any unwarranted catastrophe. Our children are our future, and we must protect them. Nigeria has postponed final examinations, and Israel has shut its schools again when they were reopening and the pandemic started eating the students up. So, Ghana can also do it, and do it expeditiously. We should remember a stitch in time saves 9. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you. So the statement was signed by the 4 heads of the unions. That's Thomas T. Musa, General Secretary of NAT, Angel Kabono, President, National Association of Graduate Teachers, Mark Koranchi, General Secretary of TEU, and then Ken Ali, President of Coalition of Concerned Teachers. So that was the statement. I've been joined on the phone line by the Public Relations Officer of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers to speak to the statement that has been released. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Ikwe. Thank you so much for your time. Now, let's go straight to the point. What, led to the release of the statement? What factors went into the 4 unions coming together to issue out this, strong statement?
Thank you very much, and greetings to all your viewers. As a matter of fact, we looked at the whole issue holistically. Before schools were supposed to be open, we were told that all PPEs would be provided before the schools are even open. But you know and I know, and people have gone around, we've all seen it, that most of the students, especially those in the busy schools, are having just one of the nose masks. It interests you to know that some schools don't even have the required Veronica buckets and other things to do. But notwithstanding, we issued a statement last week, or let me say last 2 weeks, trying to inform government that if they don't put things in place to ensure that all those things are provided, then we'll advise ourselves. Definitely, some went in, but we know that for sure, not all the students have got what they are supposed to get. But that notwithstanding, we realize that the infection rate January in the whole country is going up. And then again, in our schools, the main purpose for reopening the schools is for them to write the examination. A sick person cannot write an examination. Psychologically, they are affected. If one school could have 55 of their students getting COVID-19 and they have been isolated, and we know once they have been isolated, there is no way they'll be able to write the examination. But government is saying that after everything, they will be registered, re-registered, and then they will write it. Then why are they there? At the end of the day, if my child will go to school because of examination, and at the end of the day, he wouldn't be able to write the examination, then why are they still there? Why should some write the examination and some wouldn't be able to write the examination? Psychologically, those even in the school they will seriously be affected negatively.
Right. Now, let's find out from you. Are you saying, can you say on record that some schools don't have the prescribed PPEs as government promised? Can we put that on record, that some of the schools don't have?
I can put that on record. Some of you journalists have even gone to the various schools, and we've seen it on TV, that even for the basic schools, some of them just have one nose mask, just one. Some schools don't even have Veronica bucket. Some schools, they bought the Veronica bucket, but there are no taps, so they can't use them. Why should it be so?
Okay, so in the midst of all this, what has been the attitude of teachers, because you represent the teacher unions, the membership of teachers across the country? What has been the attitude of teachers towards, this current development?
In spite of all these difficulties, in spite of the fear and panic that is being created, it is not only teachers, but even parents are worried. Teachers will definitely be worried, but they will psych themselves, they will try to psych the students and then give up their best. So we are trying to give out our best. But the labor law, if we get to know that our lives are in danger because of the surges in the number of COVID-19 cases in our school, then we'll definitely advise ourselves.
Okay, but where advise yourself would mean what? Are you going to recall your members back from the schools?
Danger, you have to opt out. You will not go. So if the numbers should go up, where we should realize that now our lives are in danger, we'll advise ourselves accordingly to what is in the labor law.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We'll leave it at that. We'll do a follow-up with you on this current development. I've been speaking over the phone lines with Adokwe Ayikwe Awule. He's the public relations officer of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers. And they have come out together with other teacher unions, together with them 4, Tewu, Nagrat, NAT, and CCT, calling on government to immediately shut down the schools across the country because of the spike in COVID-19 cases across the country. So let's go still, looking into these issues concerning the spike of COVID-19 cases we have in the country. We'll be speaking over, going over the phone line again to speak to the Child Rights International. Definitely there are legal issues here, because if I have my ward in school and I want my ward out, the government says no. What can I do? What should I look out for? We'll be looking at all those issues when I get him on the line. But also, it's been a week of statements from different CSOs, different medical associations across the country. And there's been one from the Society for Medical and Dental Practitioners, who have expressed serious or grave worry over what it describes as Ghana's explosive COVID-19 case count and poor government intervention. Intermittently or definitely they are calling on government to re-strategize the country's approach towards response and management of COVID-19, and they are calling for an immediate look into why health professionals across the country are contracting or getting infected more along the front line. So we're making frantic efforts to go over the phone line to speak to a rep from the Child Rights International of Ghana to speak to him on the issues. I'm taking a quick break. When I come back, I have more stories for you. Please stay.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Welcome back. Pan-African News is still live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. You can also reach out for me also on Attoh's Watch, also on Facebook, with the stories we're bringing you this afternoon. And we're also live across 32 African countries via satellite and other digital platforms. Our presence is strongly felt in the Latin Americas. Now let's go over to Parliament, where there are serious concerns being raised by the minority in Parliament. What are they saying? Now, the minority in Parliament is challenging the Communications Ministry's plan to reduce the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation's channels from 6 to 3. A member of the Communications Committee of Parliament, Sam George, said the intention was unlawful because the Communications Ministry did not have the remit to take such a decision.
Speaking to the media in Parliament, the Negro Pram legislator indicated that the minority is fundamentally against any attempt to cut the reach and scope of GBC's work. He added that the Minister for Communication legally does not have the mandate to make such demand of GBC. Honorable Sam George further remarked that the National Media Commission, on the basis of that, could actually say that they could disregard the letter from the minister because she is not vetted with these powers.
As a minority, our Parliament, media houses, among some friends, and what to say, Minister Natural, the former GBC, say GBC, and ye bomb stations, Numiansa, and Farmer Abine. I say, young Hundia, Minister no person by GBC, bomb stations, Miansa. Abra, I fear a tree mono. Similar attempt was made. So, on the GBC channel back on Ediama Adrimpa TV, a subsidiary of Jospon Group. It had to take the NMC to stop that transaction from going on. And a year bisa, a crime pencil and a minister no, all fast or GSA 3 stations no free GBC in some. What is going to happen to the workers of GBC? Ejuma 4, when we hear Ejuma was our stations, no, when we hear production near the idea, no, what happens to them as media houses? Yeah, over the past 3.5 years, no, the attempt to clamp down on media houses. It started with 131 radio stations. Which must say, now 131 radio stations are clamping one more down. No, my colleagues need be a woman, and now we have again seen this attempt right now to clamp down on GBC after a previous attempt last year to take one of their channels. And at the end of the day, no year, besides a damn potain, a buying near Eda Bayakumaso. Yet, minister now say, you were pandemic more. Now, pandemic now, you won't know. A buying any TV station, I won't be one more broadcast. One more TV station, I won't be broadcast. Other pandemic, no, chance here. Na se pandemic or pandemic more na aban wo ade a epese ebeka hwe omanfo ase aban afei na aban kra pese obe starting in public service and education na ade se wuji stations miensa every public service broadcaster nensam wuji eno answer why the be running stations no ade say Ministry of Communication no be running TV channels ana se wo content se aban wo information na wo pese wo de be tudwa wo de be call GBC ho Entina GBC wohono. GBC eye abayin kasamafo. GBC is the mouthpiece of government. Abayin esan wo NCC. Abayin esan wo ISD. As a person obey community engagement. Who the befaso? You don't need to take the stations from GBC. Until ye bisa say aden sa stations now person obey no. Who gi the amount be fufura na. Now who gi ma will be fufura. Then how do you come around and tell us say nienti a who gi ana the reason I who gi sa stations they say the multiplex is full. Now multiplex no capacity near then. And you 42 channels. And to say 42 channels now what is the problem with it? It is working to capacity. It is simply about protecting the freedom of the media. It is simply about ensuring say the media is free to operate without any shackles. It is simply that we want the media to have its freedom to continue to do their job as watchdogs.
The GBC is currently operating on the National Digital Terrestrial Television Platform, but the Communication Minister wants to ensure that there is no redundancy on the platform. In a June 26th letter signed by the Communications Minister, Eslo Wusu, said GBC would have to consolidate programming in line with the directive. The minister's directive is to take effect 60 days from June 26, 2020. The 6 stations under GBC are GTV, GBC News, GTV Sports Plus, GBC Obonu TV, GTV Live, and Ghana Learning TV.
All right, so let's do some youth-related stories. We go to the camp of the Socialist Forum of Ghana, where they are calling on, they're criticizing the Electoral Commission over registration of students in the senior high schools across the country. They believe the exercise will expose innocent students who are currently in school for their final examination to the deadly coronavirus.
The Socialist Forum Youth League, in a statement, noted that it is suspicious of manipulation by government in this exercise for their electoral gains. The Youth League believes that the exercise further endangers lives of students since there has been a spike in cases of COVID-19 in over 10 senior high schools across the country. According to them, the registration exercise will increase fear and anxiety among parents and guardians. The statement further indicated that the exercise is a reckless venture as it puts the health of students and staff members at risk. They expressed strong dissatisfaction on the Electoral Commission's decision and called on all parents and guardians to oppose the move.
Camp of the Socialist Forum of Ghana. Let's go to the camp of the NDC, that's the National Democratic Congress, also on their youth wing, who are calling on or demanding the arrest of killers of a 28-year-old Silas Wulancheme, a graduate from the Akimoda College of Education. Addressing the press in Accra, the national youth organizer of the party, George Opare-Addo, says the NDC is giving government a 72-hour ultimatum to apprehend perpetrators of the crime.
Breakfast a day.
Every day.
Every day.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Mr. George Opare-Addo alleges that the young man was accosted and killed by a paramilitia operated by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He said Silas was identified and murdered because he was perceived to have been canvassing support among his colleagues for His Excellency, the former president, who doubles as the leader and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama.
Yesterday, the 14th of July 2020,
Salas Wolochami, a 28-year-old citizen of this country and a new graduate from the Achimoda Training College, was accosted and killed by armed paramilitia forces operated by and for President Akufo-Addo. Salas was identified and murdered because he was perceived to have been canvassing support amongst his colleagues for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the strength of his vision to abolish the mandatory national service for College of Education graduates. Up to date, the killers of Salas have not been arrested. We demand within 72 hours that these people are arrested and brought to book. In the absence of that, we will have no other alternative than to find these hooligans, arrest them, and hand them over to the authorities.
He further warned that the National Democratic Congress is ready to fiercely respond to any attack on its members in the ongoing registration. The NDC National Youth Organizer indicated that they will not hesitate to fish out the hooligans if the security force...
The perpetrators...
So that was the National Youth Wing of the opposition National Democratic Congress demanding the arrest of killers of a 28-year-old Silas Wulanchene, a graduate from the Akimodan College of Education. Now let's move away from this story, still do some crime-related stories. We go to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where the police at Attoh Pankrono in the Ashanti region are holding a final year student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for allegedly murdering an Uber driver. The suspect, Ewia Emmanuel, 23, was arrested after the whereabouts of the victim, Thomas Danso, and his Toyota Corolla vehicle could not be traced since July 12, 2020.
The suspect was arrested at Nyinahene upon a tip-off, who later led the police to a thick forest near Nkaria Tuase in the Achuma Nkwabieja municipality to recover his body. Divisional Police Commander Attoh Pankrono, SCP Anoahin, who briefed the media over the incident, said the suspect will be arraigned before court today, Thursday, July 16, 2020.
On the 12th July 2020, one Daniel Owusu obey report said the driver to a friend but normally the area say every 2 hours be on the casa. But we are deep 4 good hours. Our friend the phone no cause in the on tenant obey reports. And that day no obey report na and I job 9 p.m. No sign inform we say when ya say car no ako PM wo in a or informal police. Yes, we are here near Maiden on the form non form. No, can say, because Casem there, oh, Papa, I miss Cabby do what the officer of this can ever mammy. To no free in a hero, Eba, Kumasi crew room, and to your buy, and all catch there, no Johnny said, Nisika, I could do beyond to me buano, no more than Omunko Discan. To Omunko do honor. No catching a down from the set of a sort in the cover be as well fun or didn't cover. And to almost far now or didn't copy sign and she cancel. To 1 hour or more than now almost strangling on Mukuna on the two chicken. It will bush be all Achima, Jan Koba, and Achima Fidium. Tick be or Honor cut dampo body in Eden and then the 2 year. To almost yes, I will not muji car on the call in a hero. And Ra. A bass and a more you and say, you know, a call. So on coach there, baby, or did body in the country. Enjoy the call. And you drew on you and say, yes, body in the most strangulating, and now, or Eden, film. Tinani, Tino, after now started essay back. But the body in the know, okay, but and you didn't buy, as I say, I mean, okay, saying, or custody. Yeah, prepare me, be at the narco court, and then I can remind them.
It was later gathered that the victim, Thomas Danso, 24, was murdered over 1,200 cedis debt. The partially decomposed body of the victim has been recovered and deposited at the Okomfo Noche Teaching Hospital for a preservation and autopsy. ACP Ahin said another suspect named Akim, also known as Cross, is being pursued.
All right, so that was indeed a gruesome murder there. A colleague killing a friend over 1,200 cedis debt. Very, very gruesomely indeed. Now, I'm taking a quick break, but before we do that, let me just whet your appetite this afternoon. It's time for lunch. I'm taking over to see how some delicious delicacy or fruit can give you some rich health benefits whilst, you know, getting your appetite ready whilst you go to lunch. I'm bringing you something on soursop, also known as alugun tugung in Ghana, and then abro funtungu in Chi. All right, so alugun tugung is what we call it in Ghana. In English, it is soursop. Now, this is a very, very rich, prickly green fruit that has a creamy texture and a strong flavor that is often compared to pineapple or strawberry. For lovers of sweet fruits, soursop cannot be off the dining table.
Soursop is typically eaten raw by cutting the fruit in half and scooping out the flesh. Soursop fruits range in size and can be quite large, so it may be best to divide it into a few portions. Soursop is popular for its delicious flavor and impressive health benefits. It also contains a small amount of niacin, riboflavin, folate and iron. It is very nutrient dense and provides a good amount of fiber and vitamin C for very few calories. Interestingly, many parts of the fruit are used medicinally, including the leaves, fruits and stems. It is also used in cooking and can even be applied to the skin. It may help with everything from alleviating inflammation to slowing cancer growth. Test tube studies show that soursop is high in antioxidants, which may help prevent cell damage and could lower the risk of chronic disease. Soursop also helps reduce the growth of cancer cells. It consists of antibacterial properties and is effective against some strains of bacteria responsible for diseases. It is also useful in reducing inflammation and useful in the treatment of certain inflammatory disorders. It also significantly reduces blood sugar levels. Soursop is delicious, versatile, and can be a beneficial addition to your diet.
All right, so that was some health benefits of alugun tugung. That's what is popularly called in Ghana, and then abro funtungu in Chi. All right, so just get yourself one whilst we take a quick break. I'll be right back with more stories after this.
Breakfast good day, every day.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Pan-African News is still live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. Now let's do some stories beyond the shores of Ghana. Let's take you to South Africa, where 6 senior clinicians at the Faculty of Health Sciences at the University of the Witwatersrand in South Africa have volunteered to participate in South Africa's first COVID-19 vaccine trial. The Oxy-1 COVID-19 vaccine VIDA trial aims to find a vaccine that will prevent infection by SARS-CoV-2 and then the virus that causes COVID-19.
Sciences at the University of Witwatersrand, Martin Vella, said it is very appropriate that healthcare professionals are involved in the research of the environment. He called for more people to get involved in finding a suitable vaccine for the virus since it is devastating the world. Doctor and member of the Progressive Health Forum, Aslam Dasso, also disclosed that there has been some concern among the public that there is nothing to be afraid of. Dr. Aslam Dasso urged citizens to be bold and support the trial since this, if successful, will help stop the spread of the deadly virus. Professor of Vaccinology at the University Shaber Madhi said though the process requires that cases of COVID-19 are developed amongst the volunteers, it does not mean volunteers are being infected with the virus. Currently, the only clinical trial of COVID-19 vaccine in sub-Saharan Africa is taking place in South Africa. However, the African Union and the World Health Organization and some other agencies are hoping that the number of clinical trials would increase across the continent.
Intensity to buy sanitary pad.
Yes.
And because she didn't have, she needed it from a woman, for a man. A man offered to give her the sanitary pad. And before the man would give the sanitary pad, the man had to do something with her.
Yes, of course.
Is it a real story or you read it?
It's a real story. I mostly have encounters with these ladies.
A sanitary pad a big deal?
Yes, it is in some places,
Really?
Especially in Ghana here, it's a problem. So you identify that and realize that, oh, fine, it will be good if we bring out something like a reusable sanitary pad.
Reusable?
Yes.
They are reusable sanitary pads?
Yes, yes.
Do they wash and wear or they do what?
Okay, so the ones in the system can be washed after you've used it.
The one in the system, meaning what's the names of the... I've never seen a sanitary pad before though. But which one is in the system?
Okay, so we have the normal ones that after using you throw it away.
Okay.
And then we have the other one after using you take the towel out and then you wash it, dry, use it.
You wash it with whatever is inside.
Yes, you wash it. That's what some other people
do.
Yes, but we want to bring out a sanitary pad that after you've done using it, you just throw the thing inside, the thing that's absorbed the blood.
Okay.
You throw it away and then you use a different one.
Wow.
So you believe that one will be less costly.
But Sharon, are you saying that there are ladies in Ghana today, in certain deprived areas, who cannot afford sanitary pads?
Yes, in fact, people still use cloth as at this day.
You are kidding.
Yes, it's happening.
You are watching Youth Empowerment Television Show. Send your messages and text messages, WhatsApp messages on 054-850-3799, 054-850-3799. And also drop your comments under the Facebook link. I've seen all of you watching so that we'll be able to read it for you as the show goes on. So what you guys do is that you buy the sanitary pads for them.
Okay, so as it stands now, we help them to solve their problems. But moving forward, what we want to do is that we want to set up a small facility that we're producing this reusable sanitary pads for the people.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about your foundation because we would enter proper your leadership and the vice presidential candidature and all of that. So your foundation, what are some of the initiatives that has come up on the foundation?
All right, so it is called Share Early Foundation. And it has the vision to become the true icon of hope and a beacon of source of change and societal support.
Wow. So, take that again.
Okay, so it has the vision to become the true icon of hope and a beacon of source of change and societal support. So some of the things we have done is taking the Sustainable Development Goals. I'm talking about the SDGs.
The SDGs, yeah.
Yes, from 1 to 7. We have quality education. So what we do towards quality education is to identify some schools. Like we went to Bonsaso in 2019. We identified Bonsaso MA school, and then we realized most of the students don't have exercise books. We confronted the teachers there, and they made us aware that some of them don't come to school with exercise books. So we went on a 2,000 book project.
Wow, 2,000 exercise books.
Yes, and we had because
How did you get the money to do that?
Okay,
you guys have a sponsor, or you have a sponsor?
No, we don't have sponsors.
So how did you come by the 2,000?
Actually, before I forget, Shirley Foundation started in 2016 and was registered in 2018. So we started with students.
Started in 2016? Yes. 4 years ago? Yes. How old are you? Sorry, it's rude to ask a girl her age. I'm sorry about that. But then 2016, were you in SS or?
No, I had completed
senior high school.
Senior high school.
Okay,
yes.
okay. So, source of funding?
Yeah, so we have most of our items from students because I'm a student.
Okay.
And some of them, we have some workers who are members who contribute to the organization monthly, on monthly basis, weekly basis, or sometimes on daily basis. So we gather these things or these amounts, items, and then we take it to the school. So the 2000 book project, we had most of the books from the students.
And it has been done?
It has been done.
Wow. So anybody watching you on the foundation who wants to support or support, sponsor, give in terms of money, in terms of project, is your foundation open to receiving those items?
Of course.
Okay.
We are open. We are so open. Okay. We have our office at Sunyani Grassroots Hub.
Sunyani where?
Grassroots Hub, behind the Nuts Hall.
Behind the Nuts Hall, Sunyani?
Yes.
So a Grassroots Hub?
Yes, Sunyani Bakunyaba.
Okay.
It's in Grassroots Hub, behind the Nuts Hall. And also, anybody at all can visit any of our social media platforms using Share Early. SHAREARLY.
Okay, I think you should probably take it again, so because there are people who may want to donate or support you there. You said the share, Share
Early.
Share Early.
Sharing something.
Is it not difficult? Share Early.
Like Share Early, but
we brought
it together.
Together to make a Share Early Foundation.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so if you're watching us and you want to support what she's doing to support humanity and all of that, is it limited to girl child or it's general?
No, it's general.
Okay, so if you want to support it, kindly go on social media. Is it Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, and visit Share Early. Is it joint underscore or anything?
No,
Share Early on Instagram.
Yes.
It will just pop up so that you can give your contributions and everything. What motivated you into going into student politics? Have you held any political position in school? Cupboard girl, blackboard cleaner, course rep? Have you taken any leadership position?
All right. So from JHS, I was the head girl, the girls prefect. Prefect.
JHS.
Yes, JHS. In SHS, I wanted to go in for head girl, but there were some complications.
JHS, which school? So that your mates watching you.
Okay, so armed forces.
Armed forces.
In 3 garrison barracks.
In
Sunyani.
Yes. So you've lived in Sunyani all throughout?
No, I started in class 6 when I was in class 6. I came to Sunyani when I was in class 6.
So you were where?
Agoso.
Is it around Dioko, Drobo? That's
Mim.
Okay. I know Dioko, I know Drobo, I know those areas very, very well. Okay. So class 6 you came to Sunyani and you continued from armed forces, 3 garrison and all of that.
Yes.
And you were the head girl, school prefect.
When I was in JHS.
Yes. And SHS, you wanted to go for head girl.
But there were some complications, so I had to get the public relations.
Okay,
for the science club.
For the science club. Wow,
yes,
good.
Yes.
Which senior high school?
Kumasi Wesley Girls Senior High School.
Kumasi Wege.
Yes.
Okay. I know that school very, very well.
Really?
Yeah. I know this. I know the school very, very well.
Yeah, and then
YB knows I know the school very, very well. Okay.
Yes, and then in university 2nd year, I was the female Gold Hall representative at UMAT.
Okay.
And then the 3rd year, I had the Chamber of Mines Hall General Secretary.
Okay.
Yes, and now...
What inspires you to be a lady and fight for leadership? You know, most ladies will relegate themselves to making up, twerking on social media, jumping about, taking pictures and all of that. You look so serious. Why? You don't have any fun life.
Okay, so I have fun lives, yes. And one thing I believe in is making influence, making impact.
All right.
It is something that makes me really happy. I mean, sometimes I just skip class for these things.
You skip class for leadership roles?
Yes, and then for making impact.
Yes. Touching lives and all of that, yeah.
So it's something that grows inward. It's something I'm very zealous about. So I just want to see people fine. I just want to see problems solved. So because of that, I always want to tackle problems and then find solutions to them. Sometimes you wouldn't be able to solve it yourself. You need to just talk to people and then get some advice from them. So that's what I've been doing.
So what are the challenges you've been through being a lady and leadership, dedicating yourself to the service of humanity? What are some of the challenges? You don't have to be shy about the challenges. Already my viewers can even guess the first challenge you will go through. But you tell us all of the challenges you go through. Let's hear some.
All right. So one of the main challenge is you approaching people and then they trying to let you know that they are interested in you. So before they can give you their services, you have to give in.
Hold on. My MCR guys, they want to, Philip and the boys want to understand. I saying that the major challenge you face is that you tell people about your dreams, you tell people how you want them to help you, and the next thing they think about is they are interested in you, they want to take advantage of you.
It happens always.
Always.
Yeah.
So it means that even this year it has happened plenty times.
But most of the ladies would bear with me that if a guy realizes your potentials, one thing the guy would want to do is to move with you.
Okay, so all of them who want to take advantage of the fact that you have approached them also want to move with you. So it's not as if they just want to hit around.
They just want to hit around. No.
So all the guys that came to you wanted to hit and run with you, right? They want to date you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So did it distract your dream? Did it worry the dream you have?
One thing I believe in is you being focused.
Okay.
No matter how it is, we just have to control it. Sometimes we make our emotions lead, and that is a problem.
We don't have to allow our emotions to lead.
Okay, that is me. I don't let my emotions lead.
So you let your head lead. You're a hard girl. Your emotions don't lead. Your head leads. Viewers, continue. Okay.
So you have to just think about where you want to get to. Where you are.
So instead of the person trying to take advantage of you, rather would take advantage and you rather spend their money, and by the time they realize you are gone.
No, that is not it.
But you're using your head. Money.
You're using your head in such a way that though they are interested in you, but you let them know that you need this from them.
Yeah.
And that is why you actually approach them and not the relationship stuff.
Of course, but then you may have some regrettable mistakes as a human being, right? And there may be one or two that probably you fell for, which it has become a lesson moving forward to abstain from them, isn't it?
Okay, it hasn't happened yet.
But there were times it almost happened as human being.
That I can't say.
She cannot say that because it happened, but she can't say it. So, but people want to know, because if that has really happened before, how did you overcome it? Because young people are watching.
Yeah. So
but when you tell the men that issue, you don't lose the help.
Mostly you would lose the help, but you should know that it's not only one person that has the help you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes some other people would have. So because of that, I had to set an advisory board team for Shirley Foundation.
Wow.
So they were coaching me. Instead of me going out for help,
they would take the lead.
I would just go straight to them.
You exhibit intelligence, confidence, everything that a leader is supposed. Why didn't you go for the SLC presidency yourself?
Okay, so
is it too difficult? It's like, what, you think your boss will fire? I'm surprised why you can't answer. Because you've been told this before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because like the confidence, the zeal, the leadership thing, I think is God-given, and you should be proud of that. But why didn't you decide to be on the ticket rather?
All right, so I was contesting for SRC president actually.
Okay.
It was quite recently that I stepped down to vice.
Why?
The guy. And
so now you are vice for a guy or a girl?
Yes, I'm vicing a guy.
So you sacrifice this for your boyfriend? That's love.
How? Not my
because to sacrifice the presidency, your candidature, and accept to be vice and support a man behind, I say beside every successful man is a woman. So what inspired you to let go of this big dream?
All right, so if you know UMAT very well, the ratio of men to women is very high. Yes, and then the thing is, I had the confidence I bought my forms and everything. But during this COVID season, I had to sit down. It's politics. That's what I understand. It's politics. And sometimes you
understand the political game. But see how you say it's politics, meaning it be strategy.
Yes. Sometimes you just have to weigh the options. One thing I want to do when I come into power is to increase the female in even committees, because you see one committee with a lot of none of them.
Is it that the female are not interested, or they don't look at the appointment of female more?
They don't just look at the appointment of females more. A lot of females can do a lot of things on campus for us, but they don't just get the opportunity to be part. So I want to come into power so I can help the females to rise. And the reason why I never went for any position except the president was because I realized the president is the highest. And if I really want to make an influence in any of the other positions, I have to go for the highest. So I went for the president. But looking at how things were going, I mean, I sat down with some political advisors and I realized no. If I try to go for the vice, maybe something would happen. So why don't I just go in for a 50-50 win? So I just opted for that. I had the proposal and I accepted.
So he approached you?
Yeah, he approached me like for 7 times.
He told you 7 times?
I've had the proposal for 7 times.
From him alone? 7 times proposal?
I never responded.
You never said yes or no to the proposal?
Until the last one.
Until the last proposal? Yeah. That's when you accepted and said yes. How was the feeling like, you saying yes to him?
Okay, so...
Please, those watching, the proposal and the yes or no, we are talking about elections proposal to join as a campaign.
Okay, so most of my people were disappointed.
Okay.
Most of them.
Your followers?
Yes, my followers. They were disappointed because some of them have pushed me through to this time. Yes, but I wanted them to understand.
Are you a feminist or you're a gender advocate? Because people get confused. Everybody that stand for women empowerment, women call themselves gender advocate. But gender is unisex. It's for both male and female. But it is just for the how do you call it? The feminists that push that agenda.
Okay, I am not a feminist. I just work for what I believe in. Yes, and that is my main focus.
Yeah.
So sometimes you see me supporting men in some aspects, and at another point in time you see me beside women supporting them. So that is just it. I am not a feminist.
So you want students of UMAT watching you across the country, what are you telling them? This is your camera.
All right, so what I am telling them is, especially the ladies, you know, sometimes you just have to take a decision yourself. You have to be confident enough to stand for some positions in life. You have to know that indeed you can. And I love this my president chose. It is actually possible together. So with me, with you, together we can really reach far. Thank you.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up. Our time is up. But like we're saying, we apologize. The show started today at 1:40 something. Almost 40 minutes of our time was taken away, you know, due to some 1 or 2 technical issues. And I hope you guys bear with us. This one says that, Ernest, my own learned friend, he says that, I like her confidence. Keep it up. As for men, they will worry you, just like how ladies also worry we the men. Great show, Richie. Only you women, they worry you. Ernest. It's a long time, bro. What happened? Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Richie. Please, is there any job opportunity so I can send my application and... Contact Nana Kwesi. He has a lot of job for you guys. Hi, Richie. I want you to ask her what motivated her to contest for SRC Vice President. Prof, I've asked that for you, and she has answered it very clearly. Okay. On Facebook, Unique Patrick says that the lady was saying people can't afford sanitary pad in 2020 in Ghana. But it seems you don't believe because you are living in a comfortable zone. That's what happens. That's what happens. Our politicians, once they are satisfied, they think the whole country is satisfied. Boss, what I do you today, they can't bash me like that. All right. Kelly Attoh, he says that God bless you, Sharon. May God bless you. This is from Kel Attoh. You know him?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Let me read last message. Shout out to your show, to your TV show, and your impact for the youth. This is Cosby Ayisen. Yeah. All right. You know Cosby too. All right. It looks like the boys know you, pound. Like you really get the support from them. Okay. So when is the election?
It was supposed to be 20th, but I'm told there are some complications, so they rescheduled the.
Have they given a date or is a letter date? It's a letter date. Okay. I want you to ask her, should in case she didn't win the vice presidency, will she continue her leadership position or she will end it here? I'll read one last one. It says that Richie, ask her position on whether she is going supporting women and all of that. Does she root that women should be president of Ghana? Is Ghana ready? If she answers it, then you read my second question to her. Don't read it now. Okay. Do you support women? Ghana is ready for women candidature as president. Do you think we are ready?
Actually, now, no. I don't think
now
so.
Women are not ready to run the country, yeah?
No.
Are you somebody who will vote for a political party because they have a vice presidential candidate to be a woman?
No.
Why? But she's a woman.
No. We don't have to pity women for some positions. That's
Really?
what I think. You just have to look at the things the person has done.
Okay.
And if it is
So if it's a woman and a man, you look at competence first, not because you're a feminist or gender.
Of course. No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I would just look at the competency, what they can do, or what they can afford, and then I would vote for them.
So if you have a male presidential candidate, a female presidential candidate, at the time Ghana is ready for it, as you say, who would you vote for?
It depends on their policies.
The policies and the competency. Yes. Wow, it's been nice having you here.
It's a pleasure.
A pleasure. You are going. I mean, she came all the way from Sunyani to join us to have this particular program, and she has been lodging with wife. She has been in Accra, and so when are you going?
I'll be setting off this evening.
Oh, you'll be traveling this evening. So 4 hours to Kumasi, 3 hours. That's 7 hours. Okay, we wish you safe journey, and may God be with you. Continue your hard work. We'll try and have you. We'll try and have you before the election actually shows. Richie, I love the way she talks and her confidence. I bet you meet your meter. She's also licking her lips like you. Boss, you know, bring your name. You can't intimidate me on my own show. Why? Okay. All right. This is where time will permit us on another exciting edition of Youth Empowerment Television Show. This show is sponsored by Blue Crest University College. Blue Crest University College is the best educational institution in this period of e-learning and virtual learning and all of that. A special greetings is going from Nana Kwesi to... Kwesi, what's her name? I can't hear. Okay. He's mentioned a girl's name for me to wish her... wish what? Happy anniversary. Okay. So... is that what? Rosalind? Rosalind, eh? Okay, sure. I mentioned, is that I'm not going to see the wish Rosalind? Okay, very well. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, you won't have Youth Empowerment Television Show, but then Swift Show will be giving you quality entertainment and all of that for you to relax. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I'll be here, or Abna Bruni will be here to give you Youth Empowerment Television Show. My name is Richmond Amufasapon. If you say a prayer, say something for me. We always do this for God and country. Bye-bye.
I don't know what I'm going to tell you.
Hello, welcome to Bar Right with me, Lady Chi.